my friends. I am Payman Motahede, the president of Freedom Law School, which I created in 1996. In this presentation, I will show you that how you can pay zero gift or estate federal taxes, no matter how many millions or billions of gifts you give or inheritance that you may receive. And this is all done legally and safely from U.S. government's official legal websites. We will start from IRS's website, okay? We're going to go to the Form 706 at irs.gov, United States Estate Tax Return Form that unfortunately CPAs and tax attorneys wrongfully tell you to fill out, okay? You go to the instructions of this form, and the irs.gov again tells you that for decedents who died in 2022, Form 706 must be filed by executor of a state of every U.S. citizen or resident. Well, the key is the term U.S. U.S. citizen or resident. It hinges on the term U.S. We'll come back to that. Now, when it comes to gift taxes, it's Form 709, and the form is United States Gift Tax Return. Okay, the instructions of this form, again, IRS at its website, it says that if you are a citizen or resident of the United States, then you must file a gift tax return. So it depends on who is a citizen or resident of the United States, which depends on what is the United States they're speaking about. Okay, so for that, we're going to go to the official government website from U.S. House of Representatives. They publish the laws, and we see right here, there's from the Internal Revenue Code, the federal tax laws. Just like the one that you see I'm holding for you, this is online when I'm showing you the Internal Revenue Code. This is the Bible of the IRS. All the 10,000 plus minutia of tiny font, tissue thin, gobbledygook. I will solve it all for you very simply to the point right now. So here you see under Estate Tax Chapter 11, you know, there's Section 2001 that says that a tax is hereby imposed on the transfer of taxable estate of who? Of every descendant who is a citizen or resident of the United States. So it hinges on the term United States. And on a Section 2501, okay, this is on gift taxes, folks. Yes, Chapter 12 on gift tax. And here it tells us that a tax computed as provided in Section 2502 is hereby imposed for each calendar year on the transfer of property by gift during such calendar year by any individual resident or non-resident. Okay, well, guess what, folks? This is not different much from the 1040 tax form, the U.S. individual income tax return. All of them hinge on the term U.S., United States. And you see, folks, in the instruction of 1040 booklet, the IRS puts out, they correctly tell you about the following requirements, that these rules apply to all U.S. citizens, regardless of where they live and resident aliens. Again, the key is the term U.S. What does the term U.S. mean? And even the income tax regulations by U.S. Treasury, Part 1.1-1 tells us that Section 1 of the Internal Revenue Code tax laws imposes an income tax on the income of every individual who is a citizen or resident of the United States. Okay, now you keep hearing the word United States. What is this United States? Let's again look at the law. As I told you, folks, we're going to go to the official source of the law published by U.S. government, House of Representatives. We're going to look at here in Chapter 79 under definitions that Section 7701 says when used in this title. What title? Title 26, the Internal Revenue Code, the federal tax laws. Okay? They define many terms, and you see the term United States is also defined here as, when used in a geographical sense, includes only the states and the District of Columbia. So how about the term state? Well, the term state shall be construed to include the District of Columbia again. So you have DC plus DC, 2 DCs, 10 DCs, 1,000 DCs, still adds up to the District of Columbia and no more. That's all there is. If you think there's more than that, that's not so. Here's the Supreme Court in Stenberg versus Carhart in year 2000. Here's what it tells us about reading law and their definitions. When a statute or law includes an explicit definition, we must follow that definition, even if it varies from that term's ordinary meaning. Yep. And it is axiomatic or self-evident obvious that the statutory definition of the term excludes unstated meanings of that term. If it's not there, it's not there. It's got to be explicitly there. What's unstated is not there. It is excluded. So 50 states are not there. So you don't see 50 states. It's not there on purpose. California, Florida are not there. Okay? So Supreme Court also tells us in this unanimous U.S. tax court case of Gould versus Gould in 1917, 9-0 votes, Supreme Court said that in the interpretation or understanding of statutes, laws, levying taxes. So, in understanding laws that impose taxes, it is the established rule not to extend the provision of tax laws by implication beyond the clear import of the language used, or to enlarge operations so as to embrace matters not specifically pointed out. If it's not specifically pointed out, it's not there. And if you have any doubt, the tax laws are construed most strongly against the government's power to tax and in favor of the citizen not being taxed. Now, I'm going to show you one more thing. I'm going to give you an example how they do list and mention 50 states specifically. They didn't forget about the term 50 states in these laws, okay? And that is, again, from Internal Revenue Code, Section 4612, Definitions and Special Rules, Subchapter A, Tax on Petroleum. And this section says that for purposes of this subchapter, again, this is Subchapter A, Tax on Petroleum only, they have special definitions like the term United States means, look at that, the 50 states. They did not forget about it. When they can tax you in the 50 states, they do it here. They include a lot more U.S. territories here and continental shelf, and even include the foreign trade zones. See, they didn't forget about it. So here, this United States is not the 50 states. Only DC people have to file and pay this estate tax and file a tax return. The gift tax here also, this Form 709, does not apply to the people of the 50 states at all, because the United States does not mean the 50 states. It means District of Columbia. Just like the 1040 form, this U.S. individual income tax is the Washington, D.C. income tax return. Folks, you know you've been lied to, you've been deceived to, you found the answer and solutions you've been looking for. You're going to get billions and millions of gifts and pay zero income, zero gift tax. You can receive millions or billions of inheritance and pay legally zero estate tax, as long as you are not a citizen or resident of Washington, D.C. or the District of Columbia. So for more, folks, go to our website, freedomlawschool.org, folks. You can restore freedom with knowledge. You can regain your power and freedom and never again voluntarily pay the Washington, D.C. swamp legally and safely guaranteed. I love y'all. Go to freedomlawschool.org. And as you drive around, listen to our videos and continue your journey to freedom now.